My favorite topic.
Yeah,
Take it away.
there we go. Hi, everybody. My name is JJ Asghar, and I really do have the email address of awesome@ibm.com. So yeah, you can actually email me in there. And let's talk about Vim. No, let's talk about Ed instead. Who knows what Ed is? Okay, really? No, you're all lying. Nobody knows. So what is Ed? It was actually the precursor to the Vim ecosystem. So you know how many times people say, how do you exit Vim? How do you do all that jazz? Turns out Ed is the precursor to it and how it influences the whole modal way of doing it. And I'm going to teach you in these slides how to do it. How do you start it? You type Ed. I see some people with their laptops bring up a terminal. You can actually do this live while we do this. That's really it, just typing Ed. But you'll quickly notice, timing's off. Quickly notice, there we go. You need to get out of it, so you need to quit it. How do you quit? You type Q, and that's it. You're out. Cool. But you didn't really see anything there, right? Like, you typed Ed, and then you just type Q, and you get another, is it actually, can you read that? Yes. You get the little $sign. So you need to add a prompt, because you need some visual input to say, yes, I'm actually using Ed now. So that's all it is. You just do Command-P with a little star, and then, you know, that's a little bit of bash there, which is always fun. And you will see that we get a star as our command to say that we're actually inside of it. Now, if you hit the A button, and then you finish with P, or with a period, you actually add to a buffer, right? So like if you're doing insert mode or whatever, this is how you do it. You do A for append. But you know, you notice I didn't actually see what was on writing, so you need to print it out. That's what P is. You type P, and it prints out just the last line, which is a little weird, but if you think about it, it makes sense, because this was designed for terminals that were typing things out. Now, if you need to move around, you need to see where the line numbers are. You go ahead and just type the number of the file. Now, if you need to see what number you're actually on and editing, you type the N. As you can see, line 1. This is me typing, and that's that. Now, if you need to add new lines to it, you hit A, and it tacks at the very bottom, and you hit period again to be able to stop entering new code, or new text. But now you need to see the third line. So now you hit 3, and now you get to see the third line. OK, but we need to now insert stuff. So that's what the I does. It actually inserts it for you, so you start adding to it more and more. But as you notice, that period, again, is the way you tell the computer, hey, I'm stopping adding stuff to it. Breathe. OK. But, OK, so I'm a horrible speller, and I need to replace the whole line. How do you replace it? I go ahead and hit 4, change that line to that, hit C, I change it, hit period, it's done. Look, hey, I just changed that whole line. Yay! OK. But it turns out I suck even more at spelling, and I need to delete the line. How do I delete it? 4D. Now, hold on. That looks really familiar. 4D deletes that line and gets rid of it. Yay! OK, now, when you start learning Vim, you start learning about different commands in the grammar. There's that J command. Turns out it comes directly from here, where if you do 3, 4J, it concatenates the lines into 1, which is pretty cool. Now, let's see the whole buffer. %P, wait a second, that seems really familiar. Sed, maybe? And then you'll be able to see the whole buffer coming out. You can use either that or the $, or that. Again, breathe. OK. Now, if I only want to print out a portion of the file, not just the last line, you can use 3, 4P, which will actually print out just the third and fourth line, which is pretty neat, right? You actually just see out a portion of it. Now, if you even need to print and find relative lines, you can do the +3 to go up with some and down with minus. That should seem really familiar, said. Again, that you can actually do this with. Now, if you can move full lines with M, which, I mean, that makes sense, right? M means move, right? I mean, at least I think it does. But notice that $sign. It actually does have to go to the very end of the line to move it and then print it and move it around. As you can see, I did that there. Now, what's grep? It is literally grepping through a file, G-R-E-P. And that actually comes from this ed command where you use the G/sud/P. And of course, you have / to search, which is now standard and everything, which is pretty cool. And almost finally, right? Maybe. No? There we go. And of course, you need to write out the file so you have W to write. Thank you.
Awesome.